Well guys, it is time for a brand new career mode and it's going to be with Hertha Berlin. Now I had a real dilemma. It was either Hertha Berlin or Frankfurt, and I spent the last 2 days at least really deciding what I wanted to do with this new series, and I've gone ahead and decided to do Hertha Berlin because I think it's not only more of a challenge, but also it's got a lot more longevity. I think we've got multiple seasons in this career mode because they're struggling a lot more than Frankfurt are. They're not already in Europe like Frankfurt are. They're already in the Europa League. Their team is good, but it's not quite the same level. It's just a bit more of a tougher challenge, and I think we're easily going to get 4 seasons maybe out of this career mode, maybe more. And I want it to be a little bit different to a normal career mode that I've done in the past because there's going to be some differences in this series. I want it to be quicker, and I don't want to be using the youth academy. I think I'm going to be going for like young German talent, some young Dutch players. I think a lot of Dutch players like to go to the Bundesliga, and just kind of going realistic. I don't want to be doing something crazy in the first season, buying this 18-year-old superstar that we all know is going to be one of the best players in the world. It's kind of boring. I want to be doing something a little bit different with this series. So if you liked the idea of Frankfurt, I will be streaming a Frankfurt career mode very soon, so keep your eye out for that. It will be over on twitch.tv/officialmgh. You can click the link down below to follow. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'll be announcing when I'm streaming that career mode. But the new series on my channel is going to be with Hertha Berlin. Now this is the team. Let's go through it. Let's have a look at what I'm going to be planning to do with the squad. The formation I'm going with is a 3-4-1-2. Similar to what Arsenal have been doing recently. I think it works really well with the way I like to play FIFA, especially in FIFA 19. It kind of acts as a 5-2-1-2 when you're defending, and then obviously the wing backs go forward. We have Kalu up top, ex-Chelsea, superstar in Hertha Berlin. We've got Selke as well. I know he's a very decent young German striker. And then we have Duda at cam. We've got 2 very good wing backs. We've got Mittelstadt, I'm probably saying that one wrong, Lazaro over on the right side. And then we have the on-loan player from Liverpool, Grujic, I'm probably saying his name wrong as well, and Maya, who for me is going to be my future captain. I think he's going to have a big future ahead of him, and I'm going to try and keep him as long as I can. In defence, we have Rekic, Stark and Lustenberger, and of course Jarstein in goal. Bit of a legend at Hertha. So that's going to be the starting lineup at the start here. We have a really decent bench. Some very good young players. We've got a young centre-back that I think could potentially turn into one of our better defenders. We've got Derrida, who is a bit of a veteran. Really like his whole box-to-box feel with him. He's got high stamina, which is great. We've got 2 very decent spare backup wing-backs. I think really Plattenhardt should be starting, so I'm considering maybe putting him in there, but I know Mittelstadt has a very decent potential. We've got Dilrosun as well, very young Dutch winger. I think he could prove to be very good, although how do we use him in this formation? I don't really want to play him at wing-back, so maybe he kind of converts into a cam in my team. I don't know, we'll have a think about that. And then here is the reserves. A few good young players there, some not so great. We've got Lucasen here, who's on loan, so we've only got him for 12 months. But you get the idea. What I'm trying to build here is a young team of players with some mid-aged players with a lot of experience, and just building them into Titans of Germany. I want them to be the best team in Germany. I want them to win the Champions League, and my aim would be to do that within 5 seasons. That's the ultimate aim. So I don't want to be spending ridiculous amounts of money. I want to be developing the squad we've already got, but we will need to bring in some players, and I've already shortlisted a few. Now, the first signings are going to be young players. I want to make sure I've got that sorted. We need a young batch of players that in the next few seasons will grow into top players. And then maybe from next season onwards, we start bringing in the 25, 26-year-olds that are just going to be stable signings, stability signings for the team. So if you get what I mean, we're going with youth at first, and then we'll start signing the already great players that can slot into the team straight away. So I'm thinking we need a midfielder at least, either a CDM or a cam. We definitely need another striker, someone that can potentially replace Kalu, and I think this guy could be perfect. He is a winger, but he's also a striker. We definitely need a right-sided centre-back, so we've got a couple added there. And here's another striker as well. We've got Jonathan David. So we've got a real nice mix of players here. And we are scouting them all. So we've got Retsos, Bron, Jaiku. Probably not going to pronounce that one ever. Tonali, very good young Italian player. Next Pirlo, they say. Gruneveld. We've got Lee. I know I love this guy. I've used him in a few career modes off camera. And definitely someone I'm interested in signing. We've got Olmo there. We've got David as another striker. So those are the options right now. And we will scout them and see how much we've got to spend to bring some of them in. At the moment, our budget is around 15 mil. So it's a healthy amount. It's not a crazy amount. And I probably won't spend it all in one go. But we do have a pre-season tournament coming up, which is a European International Cup with Montpellier, Newcastle and Crystal Palace. But before anything, let's go ahead and sort out the training. Which players do I want to train straight away? We've got 2 strikers that are probably worth training. We've got Dilrosun there. Definitely want to try and train him, and Mittelstadt as well. See, I wouldn't typically train a player that's on loan because I might not be able to bring him back. He might be really expensive. Maya is someone that's going to go in training. I might put Stark in as well. If I want to change captain, it's either going to be Maya or Stark. So both of those players are going to be in training, I think. And I guess that's it. I think we're going to go with Maya to start with. He's going to be the main player that we start training with. So we're going to improve his attacking play. And I think we're going to give him 2 drills. So let's do that now. We'll do his passing and his attacking. So we'll go with the... we can't do his short vision and passing. Maybe we go with his free kicks, or should we do defending? Because he is going to have to do some defensive work as well. I think we go with his defending. That's what I'm going to do with Maya. Then we're going to also add in Stark. I think that's important that we have one defender that's our main guy. So we're going to go with that one. And we're going to improve his dribbling as well, because he gets on the ball quite a bit in my defence. And he can play at CDM. So that might come in handy if he's even better with the ball at his feet. Do we improve his sprint speed? Or do we do something else? Maybe his strength. Strength or sprint speed. They're both very similar. I think I'm going to go with sprint speed just because I think, well, pace is more important than strength sometimes, but maybe not in a defender. I don't know. Maybe we'll alternate between them. And then the other player I'm going to go with is going to be Lazaro, I think. Or shall I go with... Do you know what? I'm going to go with Mittelstadt. I need to learn how to say his name. I'm going to go with his crossing because I know we're going to be whipping in the balls quite a lot. Although his defending could be a bit better, couldn't it? Yeah, his defending's quite low. So I'm going to do that instead. And then we'll do his crossing and stuff like that. It's funny, I haven't done training in a while because in the Huesca, Benevento, Man United career mode, I didn't do any training. It was part of the challenge. But now, of course, I'm able to do as much training as I can and really get the most out of it. We've got some players that can really use it. So, first game against Newcastle in the pre-season tournament. There we go, got my words out. Gives me a chance to talk about something that I think is quite important in this series. Simulation. Now, I know a lot of people don't like simulation. A lot of people think it's lazy and it's boring. I get that. But if I want this series to stay current and interesting, there's no doubt in my mind I'm going to have to sim some games. We're winning this one 2-0 already. So if simulating is not your thing, I apologise. It's only going to be every now and again, but there will be some simulation in this series. I want to do multiple months every episode. So at least at the start of this series, as we get stability in this team, there will be some simulation. And we've absolutely smashed it here against Newcastle, 4-0. So please don't be offended by it. It's not because I don't want to play the games. It's just because a normal career mode series gets very stale very quickly. And that's because I just play every single game. You know, it can be very, very boring after a while. So Kalou, despite scoring, did pick up an injury. He's going to be out for 6 weeks. That just reaffirms my point of signing a striker. We absolutely need to. We've got an offer coming in from Wolfsburg for Plattenhardt, which we're going to go ahead and reject because I need a backup left-sided player. And like I said before, he probably is good enough to start. He should be in the starting lineup, but I'm going to go with young players to start off with. This player, funnily enough, we've had an offer come in for him as well. We're going to decline, block offers. We don't want to be selling either of those guys. So our next game is against Crystal Palace, who I was just watching play against Watford in the FA Cup. Let's simulate this one as well, even though it's an away game. And we'll see what happens here. I think we're going to probably get a draw in this one. And there you go, we get a draw. Maya scored, but IU equalised with 8 minutes left on the clock. But I'm pretty sure that means we're going to go through. Yes, I think that's probably it. Let's go ahead and do training. Must keep doing the training. It's very easy to forget to do it sometimes. So already getting a couple of stats up a little bit higher there. So the last game in the group stages is against Montpellier. They've only won one of their games, as have we, although we drew the other one. So let's sim this one again. Going up top is Kerpka. I'm probably pronouncing that one wrong as well. And we get a 1-0 win. Grujic scoring there. So that means we are through to the semi-finals of this pre-season tournament. And we've already won some money and we've got some scout reports back. So that's good. We can make some signings soon. Got a transfer offer for Rekic as well. But how much money did we earn there? 1.3 million euros. Very nice indeed. Monaco have offered 19.2 million. That is an incredible amount of money, but I don't want to sell him. This is crazy. His market value should be between 20 and 30 million. What? He's 23.79 rated. I don't think he's worth 30 mil. Are you mad? If I could get 30 mil for him, I would be pretty amazed. But we're going to go ahead and block it. A lot of you might be saying, no, try and get more money. But I don't want to sell the players at the club. I only want to bring players in. The only players I'm selling are the ones that I don't want to use ever, you know? So we're not gonna do that. And I think having 30 million for a player right at the start of this career mode would kind of ruin it a little bit, you know? So into the semi-finals of this pre-season tournament, and it's going to be Leicester. We're at home, so I would say we've still got a good chance of winning this. They've lost, drawn and won in their last 3 games. And we're out on penalties. That is unlucky. But we gained a little bit of money through the pre-season tournament, so that's going to help us in these negotiations that we're just about to start. And we got 3 million additional funds. So 4 and a bit million. I mean, it's not bad, is it, for simming a couple of games? Let's jump into training really quick and do that. And Stark is already looking good in the dribbling aspect. He's gone up by 1. That sounds so weird, doesn't it? Looking good in the dribbling aspect. So, transfers, the most exciting part of any career mode series. What are we planning to do here? Tonali, 18 years old, 71 rated. We've got Kangin Lee, 17 years old, 72 rated. I know, though, his stamina's a little bit low, so we definitely need to work on that. But I'm very, very tempted to try and sign him. Danny Olmo, I've just realised, he's actually very, very good. He's very high rated. And I think he would probably cost us a little bit too much. So I think we're going to drop him from these shortlisted players. I think I need to prioritise players that need to go into the first team. I don't need a cam, but I do think I need another striker because Kalu will not be able to play the entire season all the way through. He's 34 years old now, so I think it makes sense to potentially try and sign a striker first. So let's go to position here. David, we're looking at 4 to 5.7 million. I mean, that's a very good price. It means we can use Kalu as the main striker still and bring in David every now and again and slowly just improve his stats. So I think that makes more sense, doesn't it? And he's got a release clause, so worst case, we can just buy him. But he's worth 3.7. I don't really want to pay 7.9. In terms of defenders, what do I want to do here? We've got a 75 rated 23-year-old Dylan Bron from Tunisia. He actually looks pretty good. He's got very nice stats. He's an all-rounder. I've not used him before as well, which is always something I like to see. We've got Alexander Jaiku. He actually could be very good as well. Which one's more expensive? Okay, so yeah, he's going to be considerably more because he's 77 rated. Then we've got Retsos, who of course plays for Leverkusen. I believe he's been injured this season quite a lot, but he could be a great player. Very versatile, can play right back, left back and centre back. He's got the perfect work rates as well. And so does Alexander Jiku here. I don't know, that's a bit of a tough one. That is actually quite a tough one. I don't know how good each of these players will be, potential-wise, but I'm guessing Retsos will have the highest potential. Okay, well, I'm gonna try and offer David a decent contract. No, I'm not going to pay his release clause. We're gonna jump into negotiations, actually try and negotiate with Ghent first. I don't think I want to pay 7.9 million. If we can get him for like 5 mil, that would be really, really, really good. So we're going to begin negotiations now, and let's see what happens. 3.7 million as his current value. Do we want to offer a player swap? Ooh, I mean, it's kind of tempting, but Ibisevic, I do want to keep hold of Ibisevic just because why not? We've got quite a few youngsters that I'm probably not going to use. Got a ton of wingers, haven't we? What if I offered this guy here, Kovic? He's 20 years old. He's only 59 rated. Let's see. They're not interested in that. Looking for a fullback, winger, or a midfielder. Well, he is a winger. Clearly don't want him. So there's Kalu, Lecky. No, I don't want to offer Kalu. I want to keep him for now. Fullbacks, we've got 2 of each, so I want to keep them. And then midfielders-wise, it's just Cade here, but I actually think he could be decent. So I think this is going to have to be a transfer fee deal. And we're going to throw in 4 million. Let's see what they say. And they want the 2% sell-on clause. Right. Will they do it without it? Wow, great negotiation skills there, mate. 4 mil. Yeah, only if you give us 2%. Or what if I don't give you 2%? Yeah, all right. That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. So this will be our new striker. He will be a backup. We're going to go ahead and negotiate a contract with him right now. And hopefully he will accept it, no problems. He's on 6.6k at the moment. We're going to give him prospect as the squad role. He should accept that. No, okay, he wants sporadic. That's fine. That is literally what he's going to be having. 5 years, yes, that's fine by me. We don't want to do a release clause, even though he wants one. We're not going to. We're going to deny that. He'll want more money. Yeah, whatever. Let's see what he's going to ask for. Okay, he's not going to ask for anything. I think what I'm going to do is give him 7. Maybe he'll take 7. Or do I not risk? I'll try a little bit more. Just to give him a little bit more. 7.5. And he's accepted that. Fantastic. Maybe could have got away with 7. Maybe even given him the same as his current contract. But we've signed our first player, guys. That is fantastic. Where do I want to go next? If I've signed a striker, I like Duda. I think Duda could be a good player for us. I don't like his work rates particularly, but we don't have another cam. So I think that's where we go next. And I think Lee is going to be my preferred option. So we've got Lee and that was it. Lee is the only other choice. We were looking at, what was his name? Olmo? I've forgotten his name already. We're going to go with Kangin Lee. And it looks like it's going to be between 6 and 9 mil. I mean, to be fair, that's not too bad. And maybe I could offer a player in this. So let's approach and see what they would say if I was to offer a player. Player swap. Midfielder. No, we'll go for winger. We'll try the youngster again that I was offering before. He's just not going to work. Centre-back, winger or striker. I don't want to get rid of any of these guys, so it's not going to be any of them. Centre-backs, don't think I want to get rid of any of them either. No, and strikers, it's only Ibisevic I would consider. I think maybe I should, because he is 33. He's going to go down to, what, 74 rated by the end of the season. His value is going to be 3 million, when now he's worth 5.5. My head is saying yes, offer him, but my heart is like, no, you don't need to sell players. But if I am going to bring in another player, I'm going to need the extra bit of cash. Let's see if they're even interested. No. Okay, well that's fine. We'll offer a transfer fee, and we'll go in with just over his value. We'll go with 7. Yeah, 7 mil. Come on. Take it. Take it. Straight away, accepted. I could have gone with less. Isn't that frustrating when that happens? But that's fine. And we're now going to go ahead and negotiate with him. I think his wage will be a little bit higher than we would like. But do you know what? You've got to make do with it, haven't you? It's not a big deal. We'll go with rotation. We've got over 100k per week. He's happy with that. Okay, that's good. We'll go 5 years because he's a youngster. Okay, maybe try 4. Come on, accept that. Okay, 4 years is fine. He wants a release clause as well, which we're going to go ahead and deny. He'll want more money, blah, blah, blah. And then, is he going to ask for money? No, he's not. Okay, so we need to be careful here. He might want quite a bit more. I'm going to go in with 12.5. I think that's about what I'd want to pay him. Will he accept it? For a second, I thought he was going to go, how dare you? I am absolutely offended. And then go. So that's 2 signings made, 2 youngsters, and I'm really happy with them. So I think what we do is we put Dorida there and take out Shellbread. I'm probably saying his name wrong as well. David goes onto the bench as well instead of Ibisevic. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So Lee, we need to put him into training straight away and improve his stamina. And to be fair, as soon as he's around that rating, I think he probably gets in the team, you know. He's a really fun player to use in career mode. I've really enjoyed using him before. So 2 signings done. Where do I go next? I don't have another CDM. I've got Dorida, of course, but what happens next season when Grujic goes back to Liverpool? I need a CDM that's ready to go straight in. And maybe Tonali is a really good shout, but I also need a centre-back. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. What do I want to do here? How much money do I have left? We've got 8 mil. Well, the thing is, all of these centre-backs are going to cost me around my budget. So I don't think I'm going to be able to sign both. But Tonali is... Oh, man, he's a good player, isn't he? I do like the look of Tonali. But maybe another time. Maybe we go with one of these players first. I just need to decide who I want to go with. So we're looking at 10 to 15, 9 to 13, and 11 to 14. That's really difficult. Do you know what? Retsos is a bit of a generic signing, if you ask me. I know a lot of people would go with Retsos. So I'm actually going to go with... I think I'm going to go with Alexander Jiku. I kind of want to try something new. I've not signed him before. I've never used him before. I don't know if we're going to be able to afford him, so I am going to have to offer a player, I think, minimum. And maybe they will take Ibisevic from us. Otherwise, we're just going to have to wait and sell a couple of players before we can move on. So we're going to player swap, striker, Ibisevic. Come on. Nah, they don't want him. Centre-back, winger or midfielder. It's proving a little bit difficult to get rid of Ibisevic right now, isn't it? I mean, I could try maybe Shellbread here. I know he's probably quite a popular player at Hertha Berlin, but it's career mode and it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do, right? Let's see if they'll take him. They will. Wow. That's crazy. That's a lot of money plus a good player. There's no way we'd be able to afford him otherwise. So I think, unfortunately, we have to try here. Maybe bring this down to 9 mil. So at least we've got some money left over. Okay, we're going to give this a go. If it doesn't go through, it's fine. We'll wait. And no. Or do we just do this and then sell Ibisevic as well, and then we recover some money and maybe bring in Tonali? Okay, I'm going to try one more time. 11 mil and you got yourself a deal. Okay, they've accepted that. So before I forget, let's go ahead and put Ibisevic up for sale. I think that's probably the right thing to do. We do have a lot of goalkeepers we can sell as well. So Ibisevic is up. God, we do have a lot of goalkeepers, don't we? Kraft, keep him for sure. Difficult one. I think we keep Gersbeck. Or do I keep Klinsmann? I'm going to put them all up for sale. And we'll just keep one of them. But we don't need 5 goalkeepers. We've got one out on loan as well, who's actually very good. 68 rated, 21 years old. Better than these guys. So, to be honest, I could sell all 3 and I could always bring Korba back. Anyone else that I want to sell? We've got quite a few other players that maybe I could try and sell. I think Kovic can go. I'm not going to use him. I think the rest I'm going to keep. Yeah, we keep the rest. Right, back to transfers, into the transfer hub. And now we offer a contract. He's going to want a considerable amount of money. But we do have quite a bit on the wages. So he wants important. That's fine. We will offer him that. 5 years. He's only 23, so that's good. Yeah, he's happy with that. Wants a release clause. We're going to deny it. And what's he going to ask for? Oh, isn't it annoying when they don't? They don't ask for anything. Let's throw in a safe 20 mil and just a little bit of a bonus here. Let's do that. Okay. He's willing to take a pay cut, but he wants an appearance bonus. So if I remove that, what's he going to ask for? 19.5k. I mean, to be honest, that's fine. I'll try and just take a little bit off here, just because I can. Let's go 120. Come on, take it. No, he wants 170. Fair enough. Okay, I think that's going to be it now until, obviously, we potentially sell some players. So we can get rid of these two. These are the only two players that I would potentially still try and sign. But I don't really need the left midfielder there. I don't think I need him now that I've signed David, who could be, I think, a very good player for us. So Jiku comes in to the team instead of Lustenberger. Tell you what, I'm quite impressed with this guy. He's quick. He's got really good work rates. He's 6 foot, so he's perfect for that right side centre back. And the team is already looking a hell of a lot stronger. And I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. I know there's been no gameplay in this episode, but still, that's pretty much 30 minutes of transfer stuff and doing the pre-season tournament. Hopefully you're excited for this series. I know I am. It's going to be really good fun. I've wanted to do a Hertha career mode for multiple years now, and it felt like now was the right time. So here it is. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and I will see you in the next one very soon.